Welcome back to The Factor. Just about everyone has experienced getting upset at another driver while on the road. LendingTree did a survey on driving pet peeves for 2024 that turned into road rage. They join us now to talk about what they found. And you guys came up with an interesting list, something that I'm very interested in. When I'm out driving, one of the things I hate seeing is somebody on the phone. I'm thinking that is an accident waiting to happen. You're ready to destroy me by not paying attention with the road. So you guys came up with the 2024 driving pet peeves at LendingTree. So what's number one on that list, Rob?
Number one on the list is texting while driving. People are annoyed by people. They see texting while driving. And it's good that people are annoyed by that because it is bad behavior. But on the flip side, it's bad that people are doing that.
And what we're seeing, Rob, is not just young people. We're seeing older people do it as well. And I'm like, what the hell are you thinking?
You know, we did look at all age groups. We surveyed people from every age group to get like a fair, balanced things. And yeah, I mean, we're seeing people of every age group commit these things, these pet peeves. And it's funny because, you know, of course, everyone says they're annoyed by texting, but still a lot of people are doing it. So there's a long way to go. Obviously, you shouldn't be holding your phone while you're driving either because your car requires you to have both hands on the wheel.
Absolutely. You know, our excuse is we're not actually texting. We're just checking messages, Rob.
That's just as bad. You know, the amount of time, particularly if you're on the freeway. I mean, you know, this is something, I live in Washington State, and we've had accidents where someone was just looking at their phone for a second and it turned into a fatal accident. People have lost lives in that split second where someone is they're just looking at their screen. And you know, we sometimes time may slow down in our head, but our vehicle is still going at a very high rate of speed.
And what's second on the list? It's my understanding you have passing slow drivers in the passing lane coming in second on your pet peeve list.
Slow drivers in the passing lane. And, you know, that might be one that goes back to the beginning of driving, because I'm sure, you know, back when people had their Model Ts, there was probably someone driving the Model T not letting them pass, and they're probably just as annoyed by it back then as we are today. So yeah, we have a lot of states, most states, in fact, have some type of law that requires drivers to move over to the right on a freeway or any lane on a highway when you're not passing, and yet some people just you know, sometimes they camp out in that lane, and I don't blame them. I mean, it's great when there's not a lot of cars in front of you, you're just cruising along, but you want to be mindful of cars trying to pass you.
Absolutely. I mean, recently in Houston, I would say about 2 or 3 years ago, actually, there was a guy who was in the passing lane but would not move over for the cops. And he just didn't realize he was breaking the law. He was belligerent. He was like, I can be in this lane. I'm going the speed limit. And the cop told him, look, you are supposed to move over if you have a faster vehicle. And he ended up getting a ticket and I think also arrested because of his attitude. But many people just didn't realize that. And that's part of driver's education.
Driver's education, absolutely. You know, you want to be aware of your surroundings and not just everything in front of you, but you want to be checking your mirrors to see what's happening, what's coming up behind you. It could be an emergency vehicle, or it could just be a reckless driver coming from behind at a high rate of speed. So definitely want to be aware of what's happening all around you when you drive. And obviously you don't want to impede anyone's way.
And what's third on your list?
You know, third on the list, I have to check that one.
I got it for you. Those who don't allow merging vehicles. You know, you just
the bad mergers. Yeah, the people who fail to yield.
Anti-mergers.
You know, merging is kind of it's one of those things. It's a collective activity. It's kind of a communal thing because traffic moves the best when people merge freely, or aware of people. When you're getting on a highway, the zipper merge is something that could just make everyone's lives a lot easier and also make traffic move smoother. Sometimes people merge too soon, sometimes they merge too late, and then sometimes people don't let them merge, and that creates all kinds of problems. I mean, obviously there's the immediate problem where if you're trying to merge and you can't get in the lane, you're going to be frustrated, or if you merge too abruptly, the other driver's going to get frustrated. But also, when you have these ripples, we've seen it in these studies where you have these ripples, these uneven merges, and then cars are hitting their brakes, stopping and starting, and it has a ripple effect where for half a mile behind you, traffic is slowing down, and it just creates it just makes us less efficient. Zipper
Absolutely.
merge.
All right. And Robert, you got a very interesting pet peeve list here. I'll go over the last two that I think are important. The top vehicles types drivers use caution. And that's motorcycles, number one, sports cars, number two, and pickup trucks, number three. We would think it would be the opposite, but those are the people using the most caution. And the last, men are also significantly more likely to judge a vehicle make than a woman. So like you in a horrible vehicle, you need a better car like me, right? Right, Rob? Always good talking with you with Lending Tree, and very interesting pet peeve driving list of 2024. Thank you for joining us here on The Factor, sir.
The pleasure is mine, and thank you for your interest.